everyone, it's Eric here from my 525XL. Just giving you another update today, November 26th on the tank. Good news and bad news. I'll start with the bad news first. My torch coral and the Florida Rickordia are almost gone. I'm not sure what happened here. My parameters have been pretty rock solid, stable. No swings in any of the parameters. I'll post my parameters here. This is pretty much what they've been like for the last couple of weeks. These guys took a turn for the worse about a week ago, I think. I checked my nitrates and they're about 0.3, so not excessive. 0.3 ppm, and then my phosphates are around 0.03. Could be a little on the low side on the phosphates, but I didn't think it would have that much of an effect on these two corals. And it's only these two, the rest are doing fine. If you take a look at the mushrooms, they're pretty much the same. Finger leather coral I actually trimmed back a bit. Took 2 chunks off just to make some room in there, so I finally did it. It's disgusting, I hate doing that. The zoas are getting a couple of new heads. The good news is the acro on the left, which is the free one I got a while ago. It's got 7 branches coming up, which is pretty good. They came up, they're starting to been growing consistently actually over the last month. So I'm taking pictures every couple of weeks just to see what the growth is like. And it's also encrusting on the rock on the bottom. And then the pistachio coral to the, pistachio acro to the right, there's a branch on the left-hand side that seems to be going a little bit more. I think it's actually getting some girth there, but it's definitely encrusting on the rock below too. So those two are doing pretty cool. They're doing well now. Probably the most growth I've seen since I got them, and it's all happened within the last month or so. This guy here, the green red favia, not the right place for it. I got to move it, but I popped it up there because the banded sleeper goby was just burying it, which is just probably pissing the coral off and me too at the same time. So I moved it up there for now. I will move it back down though once I find a better spot for him and I know he's not going to get buried. Duncan is looking full as ever. I think I asked in my last video if anyone knows if there's any issues if I don't frag it. It's getting pretty full. It seems to be happy. I just don't want anything to die. I get frustrated when things die. So I just don't have a saw to cut it. But anyway, let me know what you think. The Eagle Eye Zoa in the back is doing well. Same with the mushrooms. So you're not seeing much color right now because I bumped up the white light on the radions just so I could film properly. The GSP not happening. Kind of cranky today. He was fine yesterday, so just having a bad hair day, I guess. And then the mushrooms on this side are status quo. Still growing pretty good on that side. And then the green leather coral here is doing quite well. I will probably start trimming that back a little bit in a while because I don't want it to end up like that. So I got to keep things more neater in here so I can keep room. So that's the update on the corals. The fish, I can't remember, but I've added this guy. I don't know if we talked about it. This is the orange spotted goby. Put him in about 2.5 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago. And then I also got 2 fire gobies which hide in the rocks in there. They'll come out when it's feeding time, just a pair of them. And then they just float around for a bit and then they disappear. So not real social. That's it for livestock. I didn't add anything else. So just those 3 fish. Acclimated them for about an hour and a half. Through the drip method, and everything went well. So that's the update on the tank itself. Other than the Florida Rickordia and the torch coral diminishing to almost nothing, I'm really frustrated with that. Everything else seems to be doing okay. I am going to add a new piece of equipment to this bad boy in the next week or 2, and that is this guy here. So I got the the Aqua UV sterilizer, the classic series. So this is a 25 watt lamp in there. This unit is 20 inches long, so fairly long. The killer part is the plumbing. I mean, that's a 3/4 inch fit, which is the smallest you can get. So I need to get some plumbing material and reducers. I hate reducing things like that for that amount of size. I'm going to go down to like 3/4 inch. Maybe not even. Anyway, I got to figure that out. So once I get all the plumbing fittings sorted out, I'm actually not going to put it in my sump area. because as I mentioned, this unit is 20 inches long. To get that bulb out, if you need to change it, you need another 20 inches. So you either mount it on the sidewall here, which is doable, I guess, because then you can just pull out the bulb this way. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to power it off a separate pump. I have a spare M1, Vectra M1. I'm going to plop the pump down here where the water comes in from the display, and I'll run a pipe up behind that wall going into my fish/furnace room, where I've got the auto top off and all that stuff in there, and then I'll have the UV sterilizer mounted back there, and then I'll bring the return back and drop it into this section here. That's my plan. So at least I know I'm not, you know, the water that's coming out of the tank in this section is going to go right up to the sterilizer, and then it'll return back into the second section of the sump area. So I know I'm not spinning the same water all the time. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I just got to get the plumbing fixed and figured out. That's always a pain in the butt. So once I get that done, yeah, we'll see how that works. Just an added filtration piece, I guess, to the tank. I know there's a lot of pluses and minuses around the UV sterilizer. As long as I get the flow rate correct, I shouldn't see any negative effects, and if anything, I should see positive. So that is the plan. Let me know your thoughts on the torch and the Florida Recordia. I'll post my parameters. They're really stable. I can't figure this out, and there's always something that I have to sort of sit there and stew over. So it's a part of life. But let me know your thoughts on it. Calc, Mag, and Elk been pretty steady, and then I already mentioned my nitrate. Ammonia 0, nitrite 0. So yeah, kind of stumped. I do feed by hand. Well, with a dropper. I do the reefroids. Not every day, right? I'm doing every 4 or 5 days. I'm not pumping all that stuff in there. It's just a recipe for disaster in terms of excess nutrients. So I just do it once every 4 or 5 days, and I feed each one of the corals. So I can't see food being an issue, and they were fine. Just in the last week and a half, they took this turn. I haven't added anything to the tank, and I can't see any swings. Anyway, I'm harping on. To my U.S. friends, happy Thanksgiving. Hope you have a fantastic long weekend. To everyone else, I hope you have a great weekend as well. Leave your comments and thoughts down below. Always love to hear from you guys. And till we chat again, happy reefing.